Hey everybody, guess what's not working tonight? My alert system. So we're just gonna skip that step, and whoever shows up tonight shows up, and we will get started, okay? So let's see here. Get you going here, make sure you got a good view. But for some reason my mini chat wouldn't work tonight, so oh well, you pay for a service and it doesn't work. That's awesome. But we're gonna keep going with what we're doing. I'm gonna close my door here and we are gonna get started. I'm gonna try to maybe move a little bit of the light off because it looks a little cloudy. I don't know why it's cloudy. Would it be my phone? I'm not sure. But we're gonna get started, okay? So as you can see, I was doing some prep work before I got started here. And basically what we're going to do is make a carrot wreath. We're going to make this wreath right here. I'm going to show it to you. It's got some felt attached to it. Okay, let's go on. Who cares about technical difficulties? Let's see. I'm going to share it in, let's see, Wreath Creators and More, my Christmas tree group. Yeah, so we got it in a couple of groups of mine. So, sorry we didn't get the mini chat and everybody's not being alerted. I feel so bad. But this will be posted on YouTube. So if you don't catch this live, this is on YouTube, and if you're watching on YouTube, I'm excited to show you something new and something different and something that everybody can do. Okay? So let's get this thing started, and we will get going here. I appreciate everybody that's hopping on. Let's see here. So this is what we're going to make. This is a carrot wreath, and I use felt for the carrot of the carrot part of the body. And up here you'll see that I use deco mesh, which is the just what I have. So you can use what you have. You don't have to go order exactly what I have. But this is the 10-inch just deco mesh from Craft Outlet. Not really sure what color that is, but it's just kind of the green that they have, and I really like it. And then we're going to use and this is optional. As you can see, this is my makeshift little mesh holder, 10-inch lime green poly burlap. So, but I kind of like mix the two just to kind of give it some different texture. You don't have to do that. You can do with what you want. So, let's see here. I'm going to try to move you a little bit more. And so we're going to go get started. And I'm going to show you the back of this too. So, I didn't cover this, but what I would normally do is I would cover this with felt. But this is the back of your wreath. And you don't have to add the wooden dowels if you don't want to, but I just like it because it just kind of gives it a little bit of dimension, and and I almost kind of like that this is a little bit, because this is not just a flat wreath, it kind of gives it a dome effect and just really gives it even more of a neat look. And then we use Raffia for the bow, but again, you can use whatever you want. So let's get started. And the first thing we're going to do is you're just going to get a piece of, let's see, I think this is 22 inches. Yeah, this is a 22-inch plastic canvas. I purchased this at Raffia. So this is a piece of 22-inch canvas, and it's pretty pliable, guys. This is not the stiff stuff. I get this at Hobby Lobby. I believe it's sold at Joann's. I've never seen one this big at Michael's. So depending on your Michael's, maybe they sell it, but mine does not. So anyways, what we're going to do is we are going to, again, what's nice about this project is you can do it with whatever size you want. You don't have to do it the size I do it. If you want to just make little tiny carrots, make little tiny carrots. It's up to you. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to get a marker. Where did I put my marker? Of course, this is what happens. I couldn't get on live. I couldn't give everybody their alerts to hop on here, but there's my marker. It's hiding. Okay. We're going to make a 17-inch carrot form. Now, the way I'm kind of doing this is I'm going to kind of put this right here. I'm lining it up, and I should turn this around. These are very well-loved rotary rulers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a line, and the center of this is going to be like the 6 inches on this side and 6 inches on this side. So I'm just going to make a line, and I'm just going to go all the way down. Okay? And then I'm going to do the other side the same way. And I'm going to put another line. Now, and then I'm going to stop. Let's see, I'm going to put a line up here where it's 17 inches. So, where's the 17 inch? Which is right here. So at this point, there we go. You would cut out that triangle, okay? That's what you would cut out. But what I did is I cut it out, and then I like to round the edges of the triangle that I'm making, because I don't want a perfect triangle. It's just carrots aren't a perfect triangle. Carrots, they round up at the top, and you can make this more exaggerated if you want, but that's what I wanted to do. So what I also did was I took a piece, let's see, I'm going to show you what I did. So I took my piece of canvas, I had to think of it, my brain stopped for a moment there, and I'm just going to make another piece up here. We're going to try something different tonight. I did not do this on the original one. So again, everybody, thank you for hopping on. I'm sorry you didn't get your alerts. My mini chat, it would not load tonight. So anyways, and I procrastinated, and I thought, oh, I'll do it right before I go on. And yeah, that's what it got me. So I would cut that piece out too. You don't have to do this part, but this is a part I will show you at the end of how we're going to attach the leaves, okay? So we have our plastic canvas started. So the next thing you're going to want to do is cut your felt. So hi everybody, hi Teen from Mississippi. You're going to get felt by the yard. I mean, you can use the felt, the squares like for 33 cents, but I just think that gets expensive. And so right here is a piece of felt, and it's 72 inches long. I think it's 70 or 72 inches at the store. You're going to get a bolt. So I'm going to move this a little bit towards me so you can see it a little bit better, okay? So what we want is we need 5-inch squares, okay? I'm going to just kind of eyeball this. I'm going to use my Rita, what do I call this? This little ruler thing here, a quilting ruler. So I've got it on the 5 inches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to get my rotary cutter. That's of course under everything. So we will use this one. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut it all the way down. I'm going to move it down. I already cut some mesh for the leaves. And okay. All right. So we're going to cut it just like that. So then what you're going to do, take this and throw this to the side. You're going to cut 5-inch squares. And yeah. I don't even know if I'm in the camera angle here, but I'll get to you guys. Give me a moment. So you're going to cut all these squares like this, okay? And I'm not going to take my time to do all of them because you don't need to see it all done. So, then you're going to take your squares and you're going to cut them in triangles. Okay? So this is why this doesn't take a lot of felt, is because we are working with a triangle for the carrot itself. Okay? Let's see here. So it doesn't have to be perfect, just, you know, you're just wanting to make triangles. So I've got a lot of triangles right there. So the first thing we're going to do, it still is kind of hazy. I'm going to try to, maybe the lighting in here isn't good. I'm not sure. Yeah, it gets a little blurry. I don't understand what's going on, which I'm frustrated, but anyways, we're going to carry on. Okay, so we're going to take our piece of canvas, and what you're going to do is you're going to take your marker again, that I don't know where I put, here it is, and you're going to start at the very bottom. Now we're going to work our way up, and each row that we make, we're going to add one carrot petal to that row. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my 3.5 to 4 inch zip ties, and I'm going to just, in the middle here, I'm going to run my zip tie through just like this. So can you see that? Just want to make sure you can see that. Okay, so it's just sitting there, as you can see, nothing hard. You're going to take a piece of your felt, and you are going to, at the middle of the longest side here, you are just going to, actually, you know what, I want to do it this way. At the point, so ignore me, I'm just going to gather it. All right, and when I gather it, you're going to end up with kind of like your carrot, okay? That's what you're going to end up with. So I'm going to turn this around because I like to work from this angle. And then I'm just going to take my zip tie, and I'm going to just go like that. Okay, at this point I'm going to take my zip tie and I'm going to lay it this way. All right, so the first point here, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and do the second row, and then I'll show you how I'm going to put the ends together. Okay, the canvas for the carrot, I think, is 22 by 17. I'm not sure. Let me see here. I don't have it on hand. Here it is. It is 22 inches by 13 inches. Yeah, it's 13 inches by 22. So you're going to cut the carrot about 17 inches, and let's see here, about 7 up here. So, but again, this is not math, because I don't do math. I don't like math. You can do it whatever size you want. That's the beauty of this. This is what you make of it. So what we're going to do is we are going to have, from the top of that zip tie, we're going to have 4 squares in between each row, and that's how you're going to know that your rows are going the right way. Okay, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the next set of rows right here is going to be the bottom of the next row. So if this is the bottom, I'm going to go up 3 from that for the top. So you're going to go in 1, you're going to have 1 empty, and you're going to come up that 4th, the one above the 4 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on that 5th row is your bottom of where your zip tie is going to be, okay? So I actually put it in the wrong one. So let's do this. I want to put 2 on this row. So I'm going to just skip over about 3 rows. Again, it doesn't have to be exact. The one I did before, some of them had 3 rows of squares in between, some of them had 4. It doesn't have to be exact, okay? So I put 2 of them there, and I get it ready. Hey everybody, it's so nice to get everybody on here. Okay, and then you're just going to, at the top of the top of your triangle, you're going to gather, You're going to put it, and you're going to put your zip tie. So I'm sorry everybody if you're just joining me. For some reason my alert system did not work tonight, so I'm not sure why that was. So the key here is that each row you make will have one additional carrot petal. I guess, is that the right term? Carrot petal? Is that what I want to say? And then I just take it and I just do that, and then we're gonna cut them off, okay? So you'll have 1, 2, go up 4, you're gonna have 3, go up 4, 4, and then so forth, so that they all go, so you end up like with maybe 12 at the very top. So at this point, what I would do is I'm gonna take my 2 little glue gun fingers, and I'm going to take, and on the bottom one, I'm gonna put just a little bit of glue, and I'm going to overlap them, okay? And again, this does not have to be perfect. It'll be all right, okay? So I'm just gonna hold it there, and this is how I get the look. Now, if you don't wanna do this step, if you like the way it looks without joining them, do that. You know, do what you wanna do, okay? But this is what I like, and I just think it's kind of cute. All right. So does everybody get the concept of what I'm doing here? The rows and everything. Does that look right? So the felt is a 5 by 5 square, and then you're going to cut it in half diagonally, okay? So anyways, I'm not sure why it's getting blurry, guys. I'm doing the best I can for you, okay? So does this make sense? Let me know, and I can do another row. But you're just gonna cut a bunch of these, and I think I used a little bit more than half of a yard on these. So all you do, and if you want, just count out your lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the fifth row is where the bottom of your zip tie is gonna be. And then that would be, I can even make a little line for the top of my zip tie. So at this point, I would put 3 zip ties, because I want this row to have at least 3. Now, if you want to do more, if you say, you know, you want to do more, you can do that. This is what I'm doing. So 1, 2, 3, and you don't have to even, you can put them as close as you want together or as far as you want together. It's really up to you. So you're going to just put your zip ties. So this is this point. Yes. Jerry, my replay did not work tonight. Or not my replay, my alert did not work tonight, unfortunately. That's the way it goes. So I had made this one just so that you guys didn't have to watch me do the whole thing, because it's just kind of monotonous. So I've already made a row here. I've marked it where my next row goes. So let's see, I think I've got 8. So I want to put 9 in this row. Okay, so I'm going to just put my zip ties in first. All right, I'm going to go over 3 squares, 1, 2, 3. And I do find that sometimes when I get to the middle, I might have more of a distance between them, just so that I can put as many in there as I need to put in. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know. Okay. See, I put that one in the wrong one. And I was gonna put my glasses on. Not sure why. I didn't put my glasses on. One, 2, 3. So we're just gonna keep doing this. All right. Yes, we are using felt tonight on this, and this is why this is kind of inexpensive, guys. This is not, man, a yard of felt at Hobby Lobby is $5.99. You use your 40% off coupon, and you get it for what? $4? What? $3.75? And then you buy a piece of canvas, which is, I think these are $2.29 is what I want to say. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. We're going to put the 9th one right here. So I have exactly how many I need, okay? It works out really good. And then you're going to use mesh for the top and raffia. So how much do you think you have? Did I trace the grid with the board? I traced the grid. No, I'm counting squares. I did use a ruler, you know, my quilting ruler. I guess, I don't even know what that's called, to measure everything out with the canvas. So I'm just gonna add these as fast as I can, and it just goes it does go pretty quick once you know, go through here. And like I said, you could map yours out. You could use different colors of markers and let that marker dry, because you don't want to get that marker on your felt. So Patricia, I'm gonna have to go back. She used that clear measure thingy. Oh, the triangles are 5 by 5 inch felt squares that I cut diagonally, okay? And that's how you're gonna get it. So, but I felt bad because I'm like, man, I got to get this carrot done for everybody. And, you know, Easter's only 2 months away, so we got to get this cracking here. So you just gather it, and there you got a little, there's not much to it. This is not that hard. If you know how to count, which y'all do, that'll work. Okay. So at this point, if you didn't want to even cut all those, you know what? I missed one. Let me put one more there, right in the middle. And if you want to use more triangles, you can do that, kind of up to you. And like I said, at this point, you can decide whether or not you want to do the little glue thing at the bottom. Yes, everything, Lori, I did everything at the beginning. This will be on replay. And I know that for some of you this is looking a little blurry, but this will be uploaded to YouTube. So if you're on YouTube right now and you're watching me, hello. So the next one I want to do, I want to try to do 10. So I'm going to put these up. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. And again, you can, if you need to do only 2, you can do that. It doesn't have to be exact because you're just not going to be able to tell. This just makes it easy. And like I said, this is an inexpensive way to make a carrot. You know, you're not using a bunch of mesh. You're not having to cut a bunch of mesh. And you can really, you can cut, oops, is that the right one? No. You can cut the felt fairly quickly too, which is nice, and you're not using the wood burner or any of that. So that was kind of a nice thing with this. And you can go to the store and buy everything, you know. You could go to Hobby Lobby. I don't care for Hobby Lobby mesh. I don't, you know, really would recommend it. But if you don't want to make an online order and all of that, you know, there you go. It's not the end of the world to use it for like just a little bit of a project. And you know what, if that's all you can get, that's okay too. I bet you could even use some Dollar Tree mesh, and you could do the leaves that way too. So don't limit yourself. Like I said, I wanted to make something that everybody could make. I would not let this get wet though. That's one thing. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, perfect. 10. I had exactly, and I needed 10. So the row, this row was 9, and so then this row was 10. So let's see here. I'm gonna go through here and put the glue on to kind of keep the look here for me. So again, this is really your call. You don't have to do it this way. This is just the way I do it, is I like to glue the tips down. So, yep, the holes are about 3 spaces. Tell Melissa that the holes are going, it's not vertically, is it vertically or diagonally, guys? Are about 3 spaces apart. So we're looking at 3 spaces. Melissa, can somebody let her know? All right. We'll do this part. Let's see here. It starts kind of blending together too, all this orange. But that's okay. I left my glasses. Who's wearing glasses now? Who's got the progressive lenses now? I have the progressive lenses and I love them. I didn't think I would. They were hard to get used to, but honestly, oh my goodness, I can see again. So I'm just going to do this in one, because I know this gets a little boring, guys. I apologize, but anyways, have you made the bunny? I guess Dollar Tree has the bunny forms. You know, I've been seeing people are starting, I can take these off now. They're starting to get bunnies, so that's exciting. So I know I made 2 bunnies the other day with the Dollar Tree frames. Again, it's an inexpensive way to make a thank you for everybody telling Melissa for me. I wish I had closed captioning. I wish I could figure that out. If you know how to do that or how to offer that, message me. I have not figured that one out. So I put in my zip ties, and then we just put in these, and like it does not have to be perfect, because by the time you get it done, all these little carrot wings are covering each other. Carrot wings, carrot petals, what do you want to call it? What should we call it, guys? Sorry, I'm trying to look at your, oh good, Mayla, that's awesome. She got 5 bunnies today. I had some left over from last year. I always buy, this is what I tell people, or maybe I should say, this is what I tell myself. If something is selling and it's at Dollar Tree, I always buy more than I think I'll need, so that I can put it away. And then that way, if somebody wants to order a bunny in January or in August, and they have, let me tell you, it's like my Christmas tree. I sold a Christmas tree and a snowman. So I got to make those soon to send down to Texas. And, you know, people will buy them all year long. That's, you know, if you have the wherewithal to do it. And the yarn is on sale at Hobby Lobby for 30% off this week. And this is the week of February 19th. Is that right, guys? Is this February 19th? Of course, by the time, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's not going to be February 19th. So, where's the last zip tie? Where did you go? Okay, here it is. So the next line is going to be 1 added, so you got 11. So yeah, and then that one, we're going to do that one, and then we're going to do the top, and it's going to be different than the way we lay them so that we don't, because I don't want everybody to see these zip ties. You know, everything gets a little bit difficult when you're on live, when you're trying to get something done. Isn't that kind of the way it goes? Okay. All right, so then you're going to just take it and you're going to glue some of it. I'm just going to glue a few. You know what? I'm going to skip that step, guys. I'm going to skip the gluing step so that we can keep going, and then we'll show you at the end the other one. Okay, so I have already counted for these, so that was my bottom one. So I'm going to do, so we need to do, let's see, about 12. 1, 2, so we need to do about 12 zip ties on this one. So let's see how many we do, and let's do it quickly. Somebody's coming in my room that's not supposed to come in my room. I'm on live.
Oh.
Crosby, you need to go back upstairs. You need to go back upstairs. Bye. Sorry, guys, but what would it be if we didn't have a live that's interrupted by Crosby, my now 5-year-old. He's not 4 anymore, so, you know, he's losing some of that cuteness, let's be honest. But that would be Crosby, and I always tell my kids, now listen, when mommy goes live, you have to leave mommy alone, and they know, and they've got stuff to do. So we got 6, let's do this one over. And this is where my glasses would have been good, and I told myself, I mentally told myself earlier, you know, make sure you put your glasses on. Did I put them on? No. Thanks, Sheila. I appreciate you sharing it. Yeah, if you want your friends to find out how to make a wreath, you know, share this post, like and follow me. You know, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's a great way to find my videos easily, and I've been trying to upload more and more on YouTube. And you know, I know that this isn't a polished video, but I do sell tutorials, and those are more polished and those are produced. And I have the Christmas tree. My goodness, people are buying the Christmas tree still, because now I'm teaching people how to make angel wings. And so now as I talk, I'm going to just fill these in. Okay, and we're just going to keep going. But I've taught people how to make angel wings using my Christmas tree technique. And now we're doing, let's see, we got flowers, and you can do an apple blossom flower and a marigold flower. And I have a new, like, sunflower flower trio is what I call it. I teach you all the way from, you can use poly burlap, and you can even use fabric. You know, so that's always nice too. So, and there's private groups for those. So anyways, how did you guys find me? Did you find me online, in my group, Wreath Creators and More? Did you find me through Pinterest? Did you find me through Instagram? Where'd you find me? How do you follow me? Let me know in the comments. Okay. Alrighty. So this is the last of the normal way that we're going to do it. So we did all of those rows this way. So I think we ended up with 12 up here. And then I'm going to show you how to do it a little differently on the last one. And then we will do our leaves. YouTube, Facebook. Cool. Tracy Lynn, you found me in Wreath Creators and More. Oh, Carolina bought a tree tutorial. Cool. I like seeing where you all found me. That's really cool. So there you go. That's the last. And like I said, if you like the way that those look. You don't have to glue the little edges together. That's just kind of what I did. But again, you could even do a different color carrot. I mean, why not? It's Easter. So you could definitely do something different. Maybe make a cream colored carrot. You could use burlap to do this. It's just you're going to have a little bit, you're going to have more fraying with the burlap, unfortunately. You could try this with a deco mesh, but I'm not sure. I just kind of like the way the felt looks. I like the way the felt feels and the way it looks. Tanya. That's funny. Tracy Lynn sent you the link. I know my alert system didn't work tonight. So at this point, we're at the very top. As you can see, this is the way the back of your wreath is going to look. Can you see all that? And then you can count, and you can see my lines. Okay? It looks like I may have gone too far on this one. I don't know. It looks fine. So at this point, we want to make sure that we are covering these little zip ties, okay? So I'm going to take this, and instead of going this way, I'm going to go at an angle. So I'm going to, and again, this is why I like the shape, because I want it to come like this. I don't want it to have that hard triangle look. A carrot does not look like a hard triangle. So we're going to take it, and we're going to go, I'm going to show you why I put this in, and then I'll show you guys. Okay? Bear with me. So do you see how I put that at an angle? Because we want to go this way now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put the zip tie through. Okay, and then what's kind of nice about this is you can kind of pull the felt. You can kind of move it still. So I'm going to put it back here. All right. So now at this point, we're going to take another one, and I'm going to put it at an angle. Maybe, let's say 1, 2, 3. On the third one, Melissa, everybody tell Melissa on the third square, I'm putting my zip tie in. Okay, so again, you can see where I put that at an angle. So when you add the next carrot, you know, it's going to go over top of that zip tie, that existing zip tie. Okay, and then I'm going to pull it back. So you see, you know, and then let's see. Let's do this, because I don't want to burn my finger in front of you guys. Let's be honest. It hurts. And this is a really hot glue gun. I did get this at an AC Moore with a coupon. I don't have AC Moore near me, so. And I don't know, does Hobby Lobby or Joann sell these guys? I don't know. But I love that it's cordless. It's been a really good gun. Okay. So as you can see now, this covered this one, okay? So now you can't see the zip tie. So by doing it at an angle, and then we're going to do some at this angle as well. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put it in at an angle again. And I don't believe I'm going to use like 12 up here or even 10, because this is where the carrot, you know, curves. Okay. Thanks everybody for helping me out. I love it. You guys are awesome. Okay. And then let's see here. Let's look here. Let's do one more that direction. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay. And even though I'm saying the third row over and, you know, do yours this many rows, you don't have to do it that way. If you want it to be fuller, or if you want it to be not as full, you know, it'll be good. As long as you cover the zip ties and the spaces, that's all that matters. All right. Okay. Okay. got to use those 40% off coupons, don't you? Come on, guys. When you're first crafting, when I started out crafting, man, spending money on supplies was hard. You know, now it's not that hard because I sell a lot of wreaths, or, you know, I sell tutorials. But, you know, when you first are starting out and you're wanting to make stuff for people. Okay, this one came apart, so let's got to hold that a little bit longer. I'm kind of squeezing it pretty good. But I just kind of want to give you the look of what it's doing. As you can see, it's covering over each other. So now I'm going to do one. I'm going to start this way on this side. But if Easter can hurry up and get here, does that mean spring will be here? Because I'm ready for it up here in Michigan, let me tell you. So, anyways, but again, you can use any kind of ribbon you want. You could even use the greenery instead of the mesh that I use. You know, I'm using mesh because when I made this wreath, that's what I had on hand, and I wanted to use something I had on hand. So, like I said, you don't have to use exactly what I'm using. I want you to be creative. That's what it's all about. Creativity. You can make a huge one of these too. And you can make a really big one, and you could connect the canvas together and do it that way. And you could even make, you know, you can make these squares 6" by 6" and then cut them diagonally. You know, why not make them a little different? What's to say that you can't do that? You know, it's like, just do something different. This is something different. It's kind of out of the box, like the bunny was for me last year. The bunny with the yarn. I wanted to find ways for you guys to make stuff that you weren't having to order all the stuff online. Oh, does he really, Trish? A snow day? Yep. You guys are getting some snow. I think we are too. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to put one more here. And then I'm going to put one in the middle. So I put 4 here and I put 4 here. And we're almost to the next part, guys. Thank you for sticking with me for so long. I wasn't able to send out my alerts, and man, that just really bugged me to no end. So I'm not sure why that happened. It could be my internet. I don't know. My phone is not on my internet right now. It's on the carrier. So, and I noticed that my my iPad is freezing, so I'm wondering if it was my internet tonight. So, just gonna do this. So everybody's getting, I struggle to buy supplies. Oh, Raynell, I hope I said your name correctly. You know what? That was my struggle too when I first started out. It's okay. And that's why I think this project would be a very inexpensive project to do. So it just takes some time. That's all. And people, there are people that are just not crafty, but they want that homemade look, you know, and that's what you do, okay? You got to start somewhere. All right, so I'm going to do one more here, but this one I'm going to go straight. So did I do 4? Yeah, I did 4 there. I did 4 there. So what I'm going to do on this one, though, is I'm going to, and she's not really quite in the middle. That's okay. I'm going to put one right here, and I'm going to zip tie her on the back. Yeah, I know she doesn't have a gender, but I'm going to turn it around here, guys, and show you. Hold on. So, all right. So we're going to just move that over. Okay. So by doing that one, you really don't see much of it, much of the zip tie. Okay, didn't have my things on there. So that's pretty much it. I did not glue all the pieces here, so if it doesn't look exactly like the other one, that's why I didn't glue, I think, 1 or 2 of the rows. So you're just gonna work with it, and you know, but at this point we're gonna make the leaves. So I'm gonna put this to the side because I'm gonna try something different for the leaves. Let's see here. So normally everybody's like, oh, how do you cut your burlap with a wood burner? And so I did save a little bit of the poly burlap to show you how I cut it, just because everybody seems to want to see that. So I used one of these glass mats that I got from Amazon. I did do a live today, and I shared the link of where I got that in that live. I did a live with the burlap in the middle. So, okay, so at these, this is different, guys. We're going to cut, this is 10-inch poly burlap. Again, you don't have to use this. If you have it, use it. If not, just use the deco mesh. Poly burlap can only be purchased online unless you can find like a wholesaler, which is kind of like few and far between. So, I'm going to cut these at 8 inches, not 10 inches like I normally do. So I'm going to cut about 4 of these. Make sure, and I already have my marks, and that's what I do. I know where my marks are, so that's good. So I just cut it. I use this angle thing. You can see it's smoking, you know. So let's see, I've got one over there. Let's cut one more here. And I always try to stay in between the lines. It's very important. And if the lines move in a direction other than a straight line, that's okay. You still want to keep it in between the lines as much as you possibly can. Okay? So I cut that. I'm going to turn this off. Alright. So, hi Mika. So nice to have you tonight. Okay, so where's that piece? Remember this piece that I cut off that I told you about? So originally when I made this original wreath, I'm going to show you, I actually, you know, put it on the main one. But what we're going to try tonight is if we put it on this one and then zip tie this to the frame that we made, it might just be a little bit easier. And I thought it would be easier for demonstration purposes. And again, there's really no rhyme or reason here. So what we're going to do is I took a piece of the deco mesh, and it's 8 inches by 10 inches as well. I'm going to just kind of meet it in the middle. It's not going to meet all the way. It's not going to meet. It's not a perfect square. And then I'm just going to gather it, and then I'm going to kind of twist it. This is kind of like Michelle of A Noble Touch. It's kind of like her basic petal for her wreaths. So one side, the side that I zip tie this to is going to be the back of the wreath. So I'm going to take it, and I think I'm going to use the bigger zip ties this time, just because it's just easier, because I'm trying to hold on to so much at one time. So I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to find a spot. And this is, I don't know if you can see, this is the back, but this is the front. Okay, I'm going to show you this again. So hold on. So, and I'm going to pull it really good. And we're just going to make our leaves here. And then we're going to, this is going to be the front, and this is what we're going to attach it to. Okay, so now let's take a piece of the poly burlap. Okay, I'm going to take it and I'm going to meet, you're not going to touch in the middle. I mean, you can, but I'm not touching all the way. And then I'm just going to gather, and it's not the normal petal. Okay, I'm going to take it and I'm going to just twist it and fold it up. Okay, so I'm going to twist it and fold it up. Now, if you can't get this and you just want to do a regular leaf, then do a regular leaf. That's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. This is just what I did for this project. And if you don't want to attach them to a separate thing, you don't have to. You could just attach it to the back of the wreath I was making. But I've just felt like to show you guys what I was doing, this would have been a lot easier and better to understand. So, again, we're not meeting in the middle. It's a little bit easier too, I think, with the mesh when you kind of flip it. What you're doing is you're twisting it and folding it up. Twisting it and folding it up, okay? And then you're just going to attach it. And really, you can do it. You can add just a couple of the poly burlap or more of the deco mesh. It's really up to you. I think this is similar to what Michelle does. Oops, that one broke. That's not good. That happens from time to time. Okay. So here, do you see what we're doing here? I'm going to gather it, and then I'm just going to twist it and just fold it on each other like that. And I think we're probably going to use about 8 of these. We'll see here. 8 pieces all together. We might use a little bit more of the mesh. Let's see. Gonna twist it. You just want it to look like, you know, a carrot top. Is that what you guys would say? A carrot top? Okay. Let's see here. You guys are getting quiet on me. What else here? I'm going to actually put one and see if that helps. Make this a little bit faster. So you're going to meet not quite in the middle, gather, twist it, and just come. Does that make sense? Is this making sense to everybody? Let me know. Oh, don't want to go that way. Alrighty, we're almost there. And you can do it this way if you want, you know, just kind of looking at it here. Alrighty, we're getting there. Okay, so twist it, and then fold it on top of each other. So, Michelle, you're working. What are you making, Michelle? You making a peacock or a sunflower? She's sitting there with her phone on top of her mesh, cutting it, using it as a weight right now. I know you are. So let's look at this. Let's see, where did I put the wreath I was working on, guys? Oh, here it is. It's behind me. So let's put this behind here, and let's see if that's going to be enough. So when you look at that, that looks pretty good, I think. Okay. I think I'm going to add, let's see, 2 more pieces of mesh. I'm going to add 1 more here and 1 more here to kind of even it out. I'm going to put it down on the sides a little bit. So we're not going to use any more poly burlap. So I used 3 pieces of poly burlap and 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. We're going to use 6 pieces of the mesh. 8 inches a piece. You're not even going to use a full roll of anything. So just kind of whatever you have on hand. That's what I want you to use. Okay? And take what's, you know, sticking to everything. You know how mesh is. It gets sticky. So we're just going to twist and fold together there. Is that your fold, Michelle? Because I think it's your fold. That's who started. You guys know that Michelle is the originator of that mesh flower tutorial. She's amazing. She is over at A Noble Touch, so make sure you're following her. And she's my partner in crime over in Wreath Creators and More. So if you haven't joined our group, join our group. Okay, so let's take this. All right, and like I said, you can just, you know, move the poly burlap up if you want. You can just kind of move it all, whatever you want to do. Okay, yes, Connie, she's a multitasker. She gets things done. So I'm going to put this on top, okay? And I think that looks really good. I think that's going to work. So I'm going to flip this over, and I'm just going to start attaching this all throughout. I'm going to take the 3-inch zip ties. I'm going to make sure that, you know, it lines up. I'm going to do this side. And I think this was a little bit easier, guys, honestly, than when I did it myself. Oh, there's my zip ties. When I was trying to flip this over and do it. I think this is a little bit easier. So let's look at it on the front here. Yep. I think that'll work. So I'm going to find a spot about, see how that comes apart? I'm going to just attach it. Kind of in between one of these felt pieces. Yeah, right there. And then we'll just flip that zip tie over and you won't even see it once you cut it. Okay, so at that point, you know, you can add more, okay? But for right now, I'm just going to kind of leave it as it is. You can add more zip ties, but this is going to stay. And like I said, I didn't use the felt. I didn't glue down all the felt like I wanted to. So that's why I'm going to show you the other one when it's done, and I can finish this later. So at this point, you know, this is what's going to give it a little bit of its dome look, which I kind of like, is I'm going to take two of these. These are 12-inch. Let me see. Yep. These are just 12-inch, and I believe quarter lengths, quarter cuts. What do you call it? Quarter. And you're just going to take apart here, and you're going to run your zip tie through, and then that's how you're going to attach it. And it'll kind of make it, you know, dome a little bit. So, all right. I'm gonna do this side, and again, feel free to put more zip ties than I'm doing right now, but again, for the sake of time, I just want to show you what I'm doing here. Okay, this is the point in the live where I wish I could play music, you know, and not talk the whole time, but you know, that's okay. All right. Because I can't hear you guys. Yeah, Michelle, exactly. So I would cut, you know, you just cut all these. And at this point, you know, when you cut this part out, you can cut out a piece of felt, and then you can zip tie that to this, or you could even glue it. You know, whatever you wanted to do is fine. And so you're going to turn it over. So as you can see, when you turn it over, it already starts to give it some dimension. So now I'm going to get the raffia out. Yeah, this is like my least favorite, because who likes to play with raffia? I'm not that person, let me tell you. I use it because of the look, not because it's my favorite thing to work with. So you're just going to take raffia. This is, I'm going to use this piece. You can find raffia, I think like they sell like a 3-pack of these at Dollar Tree. Again, you know, Dollar Tree can be really helpful, guys, and when you're working on a budget, it's a good place to go. So I'm just going to cut some of this. I'm going to try to not make too much of a mess. So, not my favorite thing to work with, but this is what I just thought it looked cute. So all you're going to do, and I think I do the same bow on my pumpkin, and again, that's on YouTube too. You're going to take and you're going to make a loop, okay? I'm holding it there, and I'm going to make a loop over here. And I'm just going to hold it. And again, yes, raffia is so messy to work with. So, catnip for women, really? You're making me, oh my God. Okay, and then you're going to just take a pipe cleaner, and you're just going to, as you hold it, you're just going to take it, and you're going to tie it in the back. You're going to twist it really good. Okay? All right, so we twisted that really good. So let's look at our bow, and let's throw stuff out of the way. And let's trim up these tails. All right. All right, this is the part that it just gets so messy. All right. Get this out of the way. Again, you don't have to use raffia if you have some really pretty string ribbon. I just didn't have anything that I really loved. So I'm just going to take one of my squares, and I am going to just cut a strip of it. I'm going to put it over top of where I have that pipe cleaner. I'm going to go to the back here, and in between the pipe cleaner, I'm going to now twist it again so that it's laying in between. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Something got stuck there. I'm going to put just a little bit of glue and then cut off the excess here. But just a little bit of glue to keep that felt in there. Okay, that's it. I'm going to cut it off. Sorry I have marker stuff on my fingers, but when you're marking the grid, you're going to get marker stuff on your fingers. So at this point, you're going to take this and just put it wherever you want. You know, you're going to run it through the, okay, I'm looking here, guys. You're just going to run it through your canvas. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of it for a moment. Is it getting late? Can you tell? Oh, am I not in the shot? Okay. So I'm just running it through, and then all I'm going to do is put a loop on it, and then you can hang it any which way you want. You know, if you want to hang it straight, put your loop straight. If you want it, you know, it just depends on where you want to hang it. I kind of like it when a carrot's hanging from a side view, but that's me. So I'm going to now pull these through now. And I'm going to just twist that. Okay, and that might be, one of these just came off that I can fix that. That might be a really big, too big for this one, but you know, you can fix that. So when you're on the back, you're just going to take a, so I liked the side, and my zip tie broke, which is kind of like really frustrating. So let's just put this back on. That's the second one to break tonight. So, oops, hold on. Technical difficulties, guys. It happens, right? If crafting didn't have some sort of difficulties, I'm telling you, then I don't know what kind of crafting you're doing. So, okay, so at this point, you're just going to take it and let's see. You're going to go through your canvas, okay? And I think I'm going to go back through here. Just wherever you can make it, go through. Okay. And that's where I'm going to hang it from, okay? So I've got a loop right there, and I'm just going to twist it, And then at this point, I would put a bunch of felt on the back of it to cover it up so that nobody would see all of this and it would be covered. And, you know, there you go. I'm going to show you the one that's finished. And, you know, I've done all the edges, but I just really like the way that this really turned out tonight. You know, it's just a very kind of inexpensive way to do a Easter wreath. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial, even though I know you guys did not get an alert. I apologize. Yeah, I think that this could fit between the door. You might want to use a smaller bow, but the actual wreath itself, I think, would actually fit through in between a regular door and a screen door, which is really nice. You know, that's kind of what you want. You want something that'll work that way. And so anyways, everybody, thank you for hanging in there again. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Make sure you post this in Wreath Creators and More and tag me in it. Let me see your work. And if you're in other groups, you can tag me there because I'm in a lot of the groups. So have a wonderful evening, and we will catch you back again with another live soon. But now we have the Easter carrot live finally done. So Easter's 2 months away. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's the same name, Julie's Wreath Boutique. And there is a bunny tutorial that's made with yarn and a Dollar Tree frame, and they have them at Dollar Tree now. So I will talk to y'all later, and I'll look forward to seeing your creations. Have a great night. Bye-bye.